Nice fall walk with the dog. Beautiful sunny day. And here a machine working up, a little machine working up to the right of us, building mountain bike trails for snow flies a bit more. Some on the ground behind me. Thinking and pondering a little bit. Think with me on this one. I'm wondering, can you think of a potentially more vulnerable group of folks to inappropriate, uninvited behaviors than students in post-secondary higher education in general? Difference being with K to 12 primary kids and those in post-secondary is that those in post-secondary are paying tuition fees. If you're an international student, you're paying a lot of tuition fees, 3 to 5 times in Canada what a Canadian student pays, domestic student pays. It's a vulnerable group, and vulnerable for a variety of reasons. Age, the power structure of higher education, and the fact that they've paid, and the fact that there probably aren't more people during a student's career that have more power and control than a faculty member, especially if those students are in programs that lead into another program or prerequisites from one course to go into another course. International students where their visa and continuation in the program and tens of thousands of dollars that they've invested and families have invested, a lot of that rests on the power and control of faculty. And yet, Statistics Canada and other surveys find there's a serious problem with harassment and discrimination going on that faculty and researchers experience. There's also not great experiences happening for a lot of students. And I'm sure we can all ponder and speculate that there's a lot of silence behind that because of the power that's present in the sector. And so I wonder, when we look across different sectors or different institutions like the police forces or the military, or here in British Columbia where I live in healthcare, also folks that access that in very vulnerable states, huge inquiry launched into anti-Indigenous racism and experiences of racism by Indigenous peoples within healthcare in BC in 2020, 2021. In Plain Sight report surveyed people and found that these experiences are not isolated. They're prevalent, wide-reaching, hardwired, and it's similar in post-secondary. Granted, there is lots of positive. People's lives are changed by it. Statistics Canada suggests about 70% of folks between the ages of, say, 19 and 50, if not older, will interface with post-secondary in Canada. Hence, why I asked the question, why isn't there more being done to investigate what's going on in there? The systems and structures that are allowing and permitting and facilitating and silencing the harassment and discrimination and experiences of sexualized behavior that is occurring, that students are experiencing and that faculty and researchers are experiencing. We don't have the sector-wide data yet on administrators and operational staff, but in an area that's probably one of the most educated, most credentialed, should be the smartest people in the room in the sector, there should not be levels of harassment and discrimination amongst faculty and researchers at almost double the national average. How is that not an indicator for governments beyond Auditor Generals to launch some inquiries into what's happening here? What needs to be set up? Here's one suggestion. Set up a arm's length third-party complaints investigator. Find out what's really going on in the institution. Set it up so that people's identities are protected. Start interviewing people. Ask similar questions the Statistics Canada asked in 2019, because the results that they uncovered were only in the past 12 months before being surveyed, not across people's careers. It's an international problem in higher education, and I do wonder, as the leaves are falling around me in fall, how many more storms are falling and how many leaves and entire trees will be falling in the post-secondary, because it's in danger of becoming somewhat obsolete, or certainly secondary to the many, 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 many options that people have for online learning coming from private institutions and private businesses. I smell a lot of change in the air. Might just be me. What do you think? Send me a comment or leave a comment. Send me a message. Maybe you disagree. Maybe there isn't a problem. Let me know. I'm interested to hear from folks, and thanks to those that are sending messages.